Hey guys, get situated for a sec. Happy Friday. Let's see here. Hey Lisa, how are you? I didn't get a chance to go. Why is this crooked? I swear. Hey Diane, how are you? Yeah, I usually go live on Fridays and I ran out of time today. So I figured I'm working on this wreath, this custom wreath, and I need to finish it. So I was just feeling like we can just finish it together. All right. So let me grab my zip tie. All right. So I'm going to be making a big bow for this. Oh, and then I had hyacinth somewhere. But where? But where did I put the hyacinth? Hold on. I got to find it because it's going to irk me. Well, somewhere there's beautiful hyacinth. I don't know where. So we're going to go with some lavender. Yeah, guys. So this week flew by. Flew by. And I'm really excited for this weekend. Tomorrow I'm doing that masterclass at the Museum of Fine Arts with Sandra from Le Fleur in Andover. So super excited. My daughter goes with me every year, so happy about that. And so I'm going to be making a bow for this order. So I think last week I made a wreath that was like magenta and lime. And so I got a request for like basically the same thing, but in purple and yellow. And so when I sent photos to the customer, there was like some pink peonies there too. And she's like, oh, would that look good? And I thought it would, but then it looked really Eastery. So I didn't want to, I mean, when somebody asks your opinion, if you're the expert, you need to give good advice. So I just said, here are 2 color combos. And, I did the top half with like the pink and then this and just didn't secure it. And I said, which do you like better? And she was like, yeah, this one. So I'm like, if you're looking for pop, this is the pop. Yeah, I'm happy with this too. I wish I had more of this grape peony. I feel like, grape hydrangea. I feel like I didn't use it a ton. And now, of course, now that it's gone, I only had the 3 pieces. I wish I had more. But yeah, I think purple and gold are very regal, wouldn't you say? All right, so I'm going to get this ready. Okay, so this is our girl Marion's ribbon wrangler. Okay, and I've been securing my ribbons using map tacks. These are from Walmart, so the packaging and everything is super cute, but Target sells some that have a smaller head, and they actually work better. So I would recommend going to Target. It's right in the stationery section. All right, so you put one of these discs in between each of the ribbons, and that's like what keeps everything separated. Marion's genius husband Mike created this. He is an engineer. He is using it to better the wreath community. All right. So yeah, I figure we'll do the bow, do some filler. Wonder where that hyacinth went that I lost. All right, and we'll get going. So last week my husband said, what do you want like for dinner on Mother's Day or something? And I'm like, it's not Mother's Day. Hey, Lolita. Boca Raton. Hello. Yes, please. So, I mean, I told him, I said, it's not Mother's Day. Mother's Day is in May. And he's like, no, stop messing with me. What do you want? And so I said, again, it's not Mother's Day. He didn't believe me. So then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go with it. If you've ever seen The Office where Dwight thinks it's Friday, it was exactly like that. Okay, I'm going to talk as I work. So this here is also from Garden Charm Boutique. You can have your business name put on it, and it's nice because it just folds up nice and compact. How many of us just have no space on like our workbenches? So I'm going to be using a variety of 1 inch and 2.5 inch ribbon. It's all wired, so it's nice and structured. Okay. Yeah. So I told my daughter, I'm like, just go with it. It's going to be Mother's Day. All right, I'm measuring like a 12-inch tail. And so on Sunday, he got up early. He took care of the dogs, which he never does. We assembled patio furniture, which could have ended in divorce. I swear to gosh, I don't know what it is, but I'm not very mechanical, and neither is he. And it's like the biggest communication thing ever. Like every year when we do our Christmas lights, it's never good. It's always a battle. So we put together the furniture. He grilled dinner, which he also doesn't do. Got me a gift. And on Monday, when he went into work, he said to one of his female coworkers, "Did you enjoy your Mother's Day?" And she was like, "It's not Mother's Day." So he called me rather unhappy. I said, "I tried to tell you. I tried." I still think it's funny. And I still am going to expect some proper treatment on Mother's Day. No gifts, but helping would be nice. All right, so I'm going to make, let's see, I'm going to make 6 of these 5-inch loops. Okay, so as I'm putting them through the dowel, I'm just giving it a nice crisp twist. All right. Does anybody have anything special planned for this weekend? Because now it's like the world is like coming alive. Like even next Thursday, I get to do a flower arranging class at a winery. Like, hello, 2 things I love all in one. Hey, Verlene, how are you? So that is actually what my Mother's Day gift was. So next week I get to drink wine and arrange flowers. So I'm really looking forward to that. But for all my fellow flower lovers, there's just a lot of like events and things coming up or happening right now. I feel like it starts a little later for us than it does in the South. So, we have like a Bloom Fest coming up at this beautiful garden in North Andover. It's like where everyone gets their wedding photos done. It's just stunning. So they're doing a little Bloom Fest. And then there's you can do something where a course or a class where you make a spring planter, like all sorts of fun activities. So if you are looking for a little inspo or just kind of to, soak up that which we love, I would suggest like taking a look and seeing what local events there are right now. Because I think especially with Mother's Day, there's just more than usual. So, all right. So we have our first layer. We have 6 5-inch loops. I'm going to put a pin in this. Keep everything organized. See, so like these are the ones from Target. I mean, they're tiny. but they work a lot better. I was using pins before, but they're so sharp. I mean, like these won't impale you. All right, so we're going to go in with a bright yellow because I want to create that contrast. So I'm going to make the tail a little bit shorter than the last one. And I'm going to keep it at 5 inches. I'm going to make, let's see, I'm going to do 6 of these. No, what is the recipe? It's 3-2-3. 3-2-3. Okay, I'm going to do 2 bows, 2 loops on each side. Yes, so this is winding down my work week. And I just felt like doing something, just sitting down, kind of relaxed. I might even do like a centerpiece after this. I don't know. Hey, Kim, how are you? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. The best day of the week. Can't tell me otherwise. So I was looking, so like thinking about all the ways that we can get inspiration. I don't think you can really see them, but there's like a bunch of floral books over there. And one of them is called Flower Flash. And the book is absolutely incredible. I mean, you really could frame like any picture in that book. And so what it is when COVID hit in New York, all of these florists, they had all these flowers and there was nothing to do with them and they didn't want to just throw them out. So they started this thing where like in the middle of the night or early in the morning, they would go and they would make this incredible, like over the top floral display, floral art, but it would be like in a like based with on a trash can, in a trash can, like in a phone booth where the subway is. And so it brought all this joy to people. They would just pop up and they were just stunning. And so seeing all that they did with it during COVID, it just like not only did they bring joy, but like it's just so much like floral inspiration. So I like having those books around and just every once in a while, just kind of like sitting down and just like relaxing, you know, flipping through. And I also like when I find something that it makes me want to take something that was made with real flowers and make it with artificial. That's always what I love to do. It's like a fun challenge. That's already been cut. Ooh, date night. Very nice. Yeah, Friday was always our date night. But I feel like it's become more informal. All right, so I'm going to make 4 4-inch loops. Aridy's unhappy because she's outside alone. But Bruno has been going through, over, under, and through the fence all day today. He cannot be out there unsupervised today. He is naughty. Naughty. And last week I brought him, I usually mark when I have like a partially used roll. Clearly didn't here. Last week he went with me to run an errand, and then I went. That's Bruno. I think UPS must be here. Yeah. So, anyways, went to Starbucks, ordered him a puppuccino, and he will never have another one as long as I live because he got it all over inside the vents, all over the seat. He's really like a sloppy, sloppy dog. When he drinks water, it's like he gets as much of it as he can soaked into his fur, and then he just like runs. Like our floors are pretty much in very rough shape at this point. I've never seen a dog that can't just drink water like that. Hey, Sydney from Texas. How are you? How is the weather there? Today it's like warm, but it was raining. Tomorrow it's going to be 80 and thunderstorms and raining. And I love being home when there's thunderstorms. I feel like a little kid again. But I don't love driving into Boston in one, but that's what's going to be happening. So Kim, do you know where you're going for date night? What do we got? Let me live vicariously through you. You're underwater. Oh, I did not know that. I'm sorry, Sydney. Ugh. Flooding is just the worst. I hope your home wasn't affected. And yes, Kim, the Chronicles of Bruno is just, he is the $1 million dog. I have to go out so many times a day. And like where he's gone through the fence, I've actually taken like these concrete square things. Like we had a pallet delivered. And so I stack him on the other side of the fence to stop him, but he just blows through it. He's just a beast. Sweet beast, but a beast. All right, and I'm just going to finish with 2 like 3-inch loops. Yeah, I love him too. Thank goodness I love him. Thank goodness my husband loves him too, because he has caused so much damage. It's an expensive dog. I've never had a dog like this that needs this level of supervision. He is the first dog to stand up to Steve, though, which I give him a lot of credit for, because Steve has been bullying dogs for the last 4 years, and Bruno is the first one to not take it. He gives it right back to Steve. Do it. Oh, you're my copy editor. All right, you ready, Sydney? Hold on. Anemone. Is that right? Anemone. Is that the name of the flower? Because if I'm saying it wrong, I'm just never going to use them again. I'm glad your house is okay. I was cracking up because it's just like there are certain things like I can never spell maintenance and convenience. I can't. I don't know what it is. It's not like I can't spell. I can spell. There's something about those 2 words that every time I just leave it to spell check. I'm like, I can't even deal with this. I said it wrong again. All right. Break me down the phonetics of it again. Anemone. Because someone said alimony. Anemone. Anemone. Oh, good Lord. I gotta get my act together, Sydney. I'm gonna have to write that down somewhere, like a little cheat note. Yeah, I'm gonna read it again. Anemone. 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 So the alimony is right. I'm just not using the right letters. Anemone. All right, so I'm just spreading out the loops, and I've got my zip tie ready to go. So I'm just going to slide this off the dowels. Say a quick prayer to the ribbon gods if this doesn't come undone. And then I'm going to use my zip tie. You can use your zip tie. You can use a chenille stem. You can use floral wire. I like to use zip ties just because there's so much ribbon. I feel like there's so much pressure being put on whatever's holding it. So yeah, that's why I go with zip ties. Nem. I'm just going to coil on my head. It is so funny. Like I started using ChatGPT for like a bunch of things. I didn't realize all that it could do. Like we ran a marathon last week and it showed me how to like create a Google sign up form. Like you can just say anything to it. Like it's insane. It's not just about like writing stuff. It problem solves for you. So I asked it to write up something for me, and do you know it started using y'all. And I joke because I talked to I blame Ashley from Three Little Greenwoods because obviously she says y'all all the time, and sometimes I'll bust out a y'all by accident. But I think ChatGPT, because it's wreaths, I think he's just assuming like I'm in the South. Throwing out the y'alls as well. I mean, I wish we said y'all here. I think it's like a very endearing saying. We just don't. It could be a trailblazer though, and just start it, kick it off. All right, so I'm just fluffing up my loops. They're gonna get smushed. We're gonna have to do this again, but all right, and then hold this baby, and we're gonna finish the tails. So for the 2.5 inch, Stephanotis, right? Stephanotis. Because yes, that was the other one, and I know the flower because it's like corsages, and you put like a pearl in it, pearl pin, but I could not think of it to save my life. You know, that's the thing when you like come on and do a live, it's not like, well, at least for me, it's not like I've thought it through. I kind of know what project I'm going to do, but aside from that, it's really just like a middle-aged woman talking to herself while she's making stuff. There's no script at all. I think it'd be way too much work if people did script it. Maybe they do. I don't know. All right. So I'm just taking my ribbon tails. I'm folding them in half and just cutting up towards the folds. So it makes this nice little polished finish. And then for the 1 inch, I just like to cut diagonal. Okay. So I used a mic. I went on, I'm assuming it's working with you guys. I don't know. Because I can't tell. It doesn't sound like any different to me. But when I do presentations for the Wreath of the Month Club, when I turn around, like the sound goes out. So I'm using a mic, and I forgot I was using it, and I looked at the computer, and I thought I had a spider on me, and I almost like lost it. Almost lost it. Can't handle spiders or snakes. And recently at Market Basket in Manchester, it had like, it came in the grapes. It was like this 2-foot venomous snake. I was like, no, not the grapes. Do it to some other food. But yeah, like sometimes tarantulas come in like, ugh. All right, so we have our bow. I'm going to put some floral wire on it and then attach it to a pick. All right. You say, anemone. It's like peony. Like when people say peony, it just sounds so wrong to me, but enough people and professional people say it. I'm like, why is there 2 different versions? Peony just doesn't sound as pretty. I should do a poll and see how how people say it, or if they're just avoiding the word at this point, which might be my plan. All right, just gonna snip this tie off and use my floral wire. Okay, and we're gonna just attach it to our floral pick, a 6-inch floral pick. And you can take or leave this step. I like doing it. Just I feel like, especially with big bows, they end up getting so swallowed up by everything. I like for them to have a lift off of the wreath. So this will give it like a good, like at least 4 inches. Penny? You say Penny. Yeah, that's right. You're in Texas. It's so funny because like I love the accent there, but I know you must think I have the accent. And I did a virtual workshop with Coco DeVille, he's in Australia, so it was like 10 o'clock at night for him, like almost, I think we're like 13 hours apart or whatever. But I was like, oh, I love your accent, because everything he says, it just sounds naughty in an Australian accent. And he's like, I don't have an accent, you do. And I'm like, It's so funny how you just can't recognize it. But if there is, a movie that's placed in Boston and people like try and recreate the accent and you're not from here, it's like nails on a chalkboard. Like I can't handle it. Like Blake Lively, I mean, she's on my list for a lot of things, but oh, she played a Bostonian and it was not a good accent. It was not a good look. So yeah, accents are a funny thing because nobody believes that they're the ones that have it. All right, so we're gonna do some filler greens and we're gonna add in some pops of purple. Yes, look nice. It's bugging me because I pulled out grape hyacinths and I really don't know what I did with them. It's like when you walk in a room and you forget why you're there and you just like kind of keep turning. I have no idea where it went. I've already looked for it and it's nowhere to be found. Oh my gosh, Tulsa's Oklahoma. You know what? Another thing I'm not good at is geography. I constantly say, oh, what is it? I always say that Maryland the is part of New England. And it incenses my family that I can't remember that it's not. It just seems close enough. Close enough that it should be, but it's not. And the only reason why I know it's Oklahoma is because of the show Tulsa King. So if it wasn't for TV, I would not even know that. So sad. I blame my parents. I remember when my daughter was growing up, um, my parents gave her a placemat of all the presidents, and she would sit behind me in the car. Like again, she's like in kindergarten or first grade, and she'd be like kicking my seat, which right there, already annoying. But then she would quiz me on the presidents, and I'm like, for the love of God, I am never going to know the answer to any of these questions. Like, stop asking me. But it didn't stop her because you know what? When kids want to ask questions, they're going to keep asking questions. They don't care. I was like, it's great when your first grader knows more about history than you. But now she's a history major, so maybe I shouldn't feel so bad. Gonna use some ruscus. I already put in the ficus, and we're gonna use some woodland fern and just kind of get more texture going. And then for this, I think I'm going to glue this with my glue gun at the end. Kind of did this backwards because usually I have the bow before the flowers, but because I was waiting to see what my client's preference was, did it backwards. I do think this purple hydrangea ribbon is super cute. So is anybody affected by the Derby, or is anybody like planning on watching it? Because thank you, Sydney. I was reading the names because they're always so random. So I want either Owen Almighty or Chunk of Gold to win with no actual information as to anything about those horses. But I feel like just picking by name would be good. And so someone in our group, Donna, is starting another business, and she makes amazing derby hats. She showed us one that she made for her, I don't know if it was her sister or sister-in-law. Oh my gosh, it was so over the top. It was so extra. Like, I want to go to a derby just so I can wear a hat like that. Like, it was beautiful. And it's interesting because she's so good at making wreaths, and so to see her in, like, with a totally different media, but like also be killing it, it was awesome. Creativity doesn't just stop in one place. I'm sure everybody has like something else that they love to do. Like, I love to cook, but I don't want to like measure. I want to just cook. That's why I don't bake, because I don't want to deal with like the precision of it all. Hey Cassie, how are you? You're not late. I just kind of like jumped on out of nowhere. Like, I was like kind of wrapping up my day, and I was like, I just want to pop on and say hi, because I was doing my live for Wreath of the Month Club with Southern Charm Wreaths, and I planned on doing a live either earlier today, or actually, truth be known, I was going to do it last night, but a new Nordstrom rack opened up, and we haven't had any in this area, and I seriously went in, and I must have blacked out, because it was like I went in and all of a sudden it was like 2 hours later. I reemerged, and I swear I had picked out a pair of sneakers and I put them back. I clearly went back to the aisle. I remember finding where I took them out, but then when I got to the register, they were in my cart, and I was like, "They're magic sneakers. They want to come home with me." I was like, "It's not my fault. It's not my fault." And they didn't charge me for one of my shirts, so I have to call them. But if I'm like, I don't want to go back, because if I go back, I'm going to do the same thing over again, which is, hey, honey, telling it about the magic sneakers at Nordstrom Rack. I'm sorry. No, you're good. Yeah, like, I'd end up spending so much more money if I went back. I can't. I just need to see if I can pay for it over the phone. It's that Catholic school guilt that gets instilled in you at a very young age. Filling all this in. Oh, thank you. Hey, Edna, how are you? Happy Friday. Yeah, so this was a good custom order. I like doing this one. It's nice because since she wanted it just the same style but different colors, sometimes you don't really know exactly what somebody's asking for, but I feel like that just made it so much easier. So we were talking about how, when you overthink things, how hard it is to like get something actually done. And sometimes it just seems like people can just do things like so effortlessly. And sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. But last week I had the opportunity to make a set of double door wreaths. And if I was just doing one of those wreaths, it would have taken me about a half an hour. But because it was two and I wanted them to be exact, it took me like 3 hours. Like, it was so over the top and it was so stressful. And I'm like, why? Why? Double door wreaths, it's like they say about your eyebrows. They're supposed to be sisters, not twins. They don't need to be exact. But it's like my OCD just would not allow it. So I was like measuring and lining them up. I had them on easels next to each other. It was like a whole thing. And I'm like, I bet there's a lot of people that can just breeze through this because it's not a hard design, but I could not stop overthinking it and like imagining someone being upset and saying, oh, this isn't the same. It's like we just totally sabotage ourselves sometimes. And that was like the perfect example of it. Cassie, I'm rocking the Surebonder shirt. Do you still wear yours? Because I just kind of came across it and I was like, I forgot how much I love this shirt. It's so cute. Oh, fascinators. Bye, Kim. Happy date night. Happy date night. What are called fascinators? I might have just been rambling off and missed it. All right, now I'm going to put my heather in. And I always want to make sure there's something nice cascading. So I'm going to start here. And then I'm going to repeat that down below. So I'm just putting a bit of a bend on the wired stem. Because we know our supplies are not going to break. Everything is very, very much malleable. So if you bend something one way and it's wrong, you just bend it back. Derby hats are called fascinators. I did not know that. I'm so glad you like the wreath, Edna. I appreciate it. The colors just remind me of royalty so much. Like the gold and the purple together. Just repeating so you have it nice and balanced. We get two more. Let's see. All right, bend this one. I'm gonna spread this one out a little bit. It's not quite so like concentrated. Let's repeat that below. Oh, you got a pick machine? So I got a pick machine in like last fall and I didn't even realize. I got it off of eBay. It was like $80, something. It wasn't expensive. And I didn't even realize that in the listing it said it didn't come with the weight. So I haven't used it, but then thank goodness for the wreath community, because there's like a form you can fill out and a replacement weight is only like $6 or something like that. Like there's a PDF form. So I don't know if you got yours new. To me, I'm like, it's just such a, like, I think they're like $300. I'm like, I can definitely get by with something that's older. I did watch a video on it though, and the guy, like the people from the company, they recommend that you WD-40 them like every 2 weeks or something. And like I WD-40'd my cutters last week and it's made such a difference. So yeah, if your tools seem like they're sticking, break out the WD-40. All right, I think she's done. I'm just gonna finish like the back of it. I'll just cut off all these stems. I'll do it down here. You got yours for 50? Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I found this. Like we did that marathon last week and people were asking about it. And so like I did go on Facebook Marketplace and I did find like one for 80, one for 90, but 50 is like amazing. They weigh a ton. Like if someone breaks into my house, I'm going to grab that pick machine and I'm just going to clock them over the head with it. You're not coming back from that. Oh, thank you guys. And I appreciate it. Thank you. When I got Surebonder sticks, I've never so my glue gun hasn't used it yet. Actually, I'll use it next. But so a regular glue stick, a Gorilla Glue stick, is this tall, and these are the Surebonder. So it was pricey, but I'm curious if it's going to work a lot better. I mean, Gorilla Glue is obviously fantastic, but Surebonder's glue palettes are so they're just so well formulated. Somebody mentioned the other day, like, how rich could you be if you could figure out how to have glue with no glue hairs? And I was like, oh yeah, there's a lot of people who would pay money for that, because I feel like everywhere I go, I just look down and like I have glue on me somewhere, or it's in my hair. It's just a part of me, apparently. And yesterday I went to get like some pants hemmed, and the woman like started pulling moss off my off my sweater, and I was like, don't even bother. I'm a mess. Only gonna get messed up again. It's hot. Yeah, that's not bad. I ordered picks from Michael's, and they came loose, like no band. And I tried to stack them, and I'm like, why on earth am I doing this? Why on earth would they sell them not bound? Like, that's how they're supposed to come. They're supposed to have the plastic, and you just load it in, and then you snip the plastic. They just pull some stuff sometimes. I don't know. And so Steve is doing good. Bernadette good. Ernie good. Bruno has just destroyed our fence. We are in the process of, we have ordered a steel fence, or I don't know if it's steel. It's definitely a lot heavier duty. It's like steel than the chain link. He can go under it. He can go over it. And I'm putting these like huge pavers. There's like 2 baby gates zip tied to 2 different parts of the fence. There's about 40 of these paver things that weigh a ton, and I watch him, and he just blasts right through them. Like, I had to give a neighborhood Facebook post just saying, because not everybody knows him, just saying, like, if you see this dog, like, he's friendly, he jumps, but like he's not supposed to be out. We're working on it, but it's taking forever for the fence to come. And so every day I have to go out there, and I'm like, when it first started, it wasn't so springy, but now it's like there's bugs, there's like growth, and I'm like, there's gonna be a snake. I know it. And when that happens, I'm not gonna go back there. I can't. I just can't. So the fence cannot come fast enough. Let's see. Interesting. Cassie's saying if you dip your glue gun in Vaseline before using it, it eliminates the strings. You could be the one getting rich off this, Cassie, because you have some really good tips. Like, you have tips I've never heard of. Like, not even like I haven't tried. I've never heard of the tips that you have. Did your grandmother teach you those? Is that where they came from? I need to know. I need to know where you're getting your information from, ma'am. You have to dip it every time. Oh, every time you use it? Okay. Like, I get it. And you also use your steamer for glue hairs, which I had never heard of that. You also knew about how to clean out your glue pot, which I still haven't done. I'm really shallow. I really just care about the way she looks. The inside of it doesn't bother me because the glue is like, it's clean. But the outside, she looks like she's had a rough go. And I swore I was going to keep her looking pretty, and I've just let her down. Oh, your grandmother taught you. That's awesome. You do so much to keep her memory alive. I heard something that I thought was so interesting, and hopefully this like isn't depressing to people, but there was a mom talking about how she had lost her child, and like basically, and she lost her child a long time ago, so she was passing on information for like parents now. And she was saying like the worst thing you can do is to not acknowledge the child, like not say their name, not say anything when it's their anniversary, like all of those things. And she said, when we die 3 times. We die when we take our last breath, we die when we go into the ground, and we die when someone says our name for the very last time. And I was like, oh my gosh. And so when you talk about your grandmother, like she's like with us, she's with you, like you keep her alive and present, and I think that's like so special, and it's just such a wonderful way to honor somebody. I don't know, that just really got me. I was like, what if no one ever said my name again? Like that would be sad, even if they were saying it was because I was being a bee. I mean, just say my name. Just say it, that's all. Just keep me alive in your thoughts, good or bad. Preferably good, but I'll take what I can get. And yeah, it's nice because there's so many things that my daughter's into that my grandmother was into. So it's like it reminds me that way too. And also we can like talk about it. And I feel like, I mean, I'm sure there's other things you talk about regarding your grandmother, but wreath making is like you have her stuff. It's like such a prized possession of yours, that collection. And then you make beautiful things with it. So it's like, she's working with you, through you, like she's passed all of that on to you. It's very special. All right, guys. So I'm just going to use a hair dryer, get all the glue hairs off. I'm going to send a photo to my customer and hope she says yay, not nay, on this design. I'm thinking I'm going to get a yay, but we'll see. Next Wednesday at 7 o'clock Eastern time, I'm going to be doing the TMI Patriotic Wreath Kit. So there are kits still available, 20% off with promo CAR20. Sorry, I have to say it because if somebody bought it full price, I'd feel bad. But even if you are just wanting to hang out, grab a glass of wine, be crafting with me. I'd love to have you join me. I always love seeing like my friendly names pop up. So yeah, that will be next week. Oh, and yeah, Marion, you missed it. Okay, Marion and her husband are the ones who made these. And I just used this in Wreath of the Month Club too, Marion, and people were asking about it. So yes, I used both of them. So shame on you for being late. I never shame anybody for being late, but I was representing. GardenCharmBoutiques.com. You can have your store name printed right on it. It's adorable. My pleasure. But yeah, and I think that that's like the most special thing that you can do. And for other people to talk about them with you, I'm sure is also really important to you. So I love that. I love that you do that. All right, kids. Well, I wish you guys a wonderful weekend ahead. Sydney, I hope it dries up where you are. Oh my gosh, not in Texas, but in Oklahoma. Not going to pronounce any other flowers. I'm going to just bow out of this. And yeah, Marion, always nice to see you. I see the little wrench pop up. No, I know you're here for business. All right, guys, I will talk to you later. Bye.